Okay, this is Pastor Joe Hart. I am on the side entrance, that is, of the Bible Baptist Church, and I'm making two videos that are going to go in conjunction with the video from the church pulpit giving an update concerning my accountability on when I presented before the council of the city of Greendale our grievances, which grievances were passed out the month prior to each council member. Let's take a walk and give the description so we can see exactly what we are talking about. So you could see that the church has, and we do a wonderful job on keeping up with everything. And by the way, when the church came here, we originally were granted from the water line on the top of ridge down to supply our church a 2-inch line. The city manager asked if we could upgrade that for the master plan of helping the citizens of Greendale, and asked if we could upgrade it to a 6-inch. And then of course the line comes behind this white bus and then it goes all the way up to 50 to make a gigantic circle. This is all a benefit to the citizens of Greendale. The church graciously allowed that to happen. We didn't have to do that. And we saved their contractor almost $20,000 when they got their bid, because the city had to get a bid for upgrading that, and my contractor was already on it. We saved the city $20,000. As well, here recently, I was approached by the utility company asking if they could put a pole here to help them out with something temporary. Over there is a temporary like a big gigantic breaker box because of construction that's going on at the cemetery. Of course, we allowed them to do that, no cost, trying to work with the city. When we were granted our permit to start with our sewer, we had a pump station over here to the left of this maple tree, this sunset maple tree. We were granted a pump station, and that pump station had a 2-inch line that was going to go from the pump station all the way to 50 for our sewer. Instead, the city was asking about that and upgrading that, and we installed a 12-inch commercial sewer system and gave it to the city. It was $85,000. It was approximately $60,000 more than our bid of what we had, and we gave it to the city. So the city has got a 12-inch sewer system that runs under the road all the way up to 50. We have worked with the city and probably more than anybody has ever worked with the city in regards to trying to be a blessing to the citizens of Greendale. As well, here recently, they had some kind of drainage plan they had to do over here, and they wanted to come through the church property. We didn't really want to mess with it, but we allowed them to do that. The city did pay us some money. We've given them some land over here on the back of the pavilion for their drainage plan. We didn't have to do that, but we worked with them. The whole time, the past 16 plus years the church has been here, we have worked with the city in every area possible. Now, this road, we were never accountable to in the beginning. And there was a little bit of a disagreement, because originally this was going to be a private street with gravel. We were told that was not allowed, and if we did not put this road in like this, we would not be allowed to get access to the church. We would not be given a permit to occupy. And actually, the code enforcer of the city of Greendale told me with another contractor he would hate to chain the doors of the church. Obviously, he didn't do that, and he's no longer a code enforcer, but that's here or there. But part of all of this was we had a 50-foot easement that came through here. The road from the yellow line to the curb on each side is 10 foot. A semi truck is roughly around 9 foot. A fully loaded sized semi truck is roughly about 9 foot. So he's got about 6 inches on each side of this road coming down through here. We put the road in. The Bible Baptist Church funded this road 100%. The city never offered to help us. The neighbors were asked to help us to come onto the road. They wouldn't help us. The church 100% financed this road with the contingency that once it was done, we would turn it over to the city and they would maintain and take care of this like a public road in the city of Greendale. Once again, this is a public road. This is not a commercial road. This road is not built for commercial specs with the base, the asphalt, the base, the hammerhead here. This is all minimal spec to what the city allowed us to put in, which is referred to as a light duty road. Basically about 30,000 pounds and under. And that's all that uses this road. Recently, there was an ad in the paper from the neighbor mentioning that he would like to put in a traffic light up here on Sentiza so that it would help the bigger trucks with the little trucks or the little vehicles and the little cars. There is no big trucks on this road anytime, anywhere. That is misleading. Our neighbor up here does from time to time have a 38 foot flatbed rollback with a couple of these sheds on there, which is a max limit of about 30,000 pounds. Sometimes the truck isn't 38 foot. If he's bringing one shed, the truck may only be 20 foot. But once again, it's a flatbed and we're talking minimal weight, 30,000 pounds versus a semi, 65 foot fully loaded semi weighing 80,000 pounds. So the road is designed for light use only. Up on 50, which we'll see in a moment, there is no way a semi can come into this road while we are leaving. You could see perhaps there's someone leaving now. There is no way a semi truck can come into this road with somebody leaving or vice versa. It can't happen. It has happened in time past and the police had to stop the traffic on 50 and back the trucks out. But now this was given to the city once we financed it, we paid for it, we gave them the easement with the promise of a note that they would maintain this and take care of this like a city road. That has never happened in the life of the 10-year contract, never. About 10 foot on each side of this road is property that the city owns. The church takes care of all this. We try to do our best to make everything look really good. The city owns this. It has never been maintained. Never been maintained. These weeds, I'm 5'10". These weeds are 6 foot tall. This is yearly. For almost 13 years, we have seen some of this, but more so of 9 years to be more direct. This is supposed to be wellhead protected area. Keep in mind, we were told if we did not have a road like this, we could not get in here because of restrictions from the wellhead. Yet, none of this is hard surface. This is used every day. It's not my business. I'm just saying the church was saying, or being told, that we couldn't do this, but yet that is not the case with other neighbors. This should be maintenance and taken care of by the city. It is not. The road is cracking. It has never been maintained. These cracks in the road should be maintained by the city like any other city road. Let me say, there is not a public street in the city of Greendale anywhere like this. And this is going to a church. Here's another crack, never been maintained, never been looked to, never been dealt with like it should be on public upkeep. Here's another one, goes all the way across. This crack's about 1/2 of an inch. And once again, the city's property is around 10 foot there. None of this has ever been mowed. None of this has ever been taken care of. These weeds, we take care of, we spray them. None of this has ever been maintained by the city in any way, shape, or form, the total life of our contract. And this is a public road. Fact of the matter is, when we had the road, we called it Faithway Drive, and we still do, because that's on our building permit to occupy. They changed the name to Sentiza without the church's approval. Another crack here, going across the road. Another crack here. Right here, we got the road sinking down. And once again, the church put out close to $200,000 on this road. This is our money we put out on this, with a promise of it being maintained and taken care of by the city as a normal city road. Crack there. Where that divider is about where the city property ends. None of this has ever been taken care of. We sprayed this. We sprayed these weeds here. And this is just a reference of the grievances, plural, that we have. This crack here is close to 3/4 of an inch. And this is what the people of the Bible Baptist Church, close to 400 people perhaps per week, look at and view as they go to church. With all the money we have spent in that church, and we have been at this, trying to get this all taken care of for about the past 6-7 years. We've come to a place where we gotta stop and we gotta do something about it. That is why we're making this video. And once again, this is pertaining to the city council meeting I just went to. I want to give another video. This is video number 1. There'll be one more.